poppin'?
What's poppin'?
Bledsoe, episode 33.
33.
Throw it up. That's 33.
We got the 33.
We got some news for you guys. We just, as of today, passed 150,000.
Nice.
In 8 months.
8 months. 150,000 downloads.
That's insane.
That's all because of y'all.
Because of
Yeah.
you.
You did that.
To viewers like you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
And it took us 33 or 30 something episodes to get the freaking art in the
I
frames.
know.
People are, dude, you know how many like conspiracy theories there were on our comments about the frames? Like, what are you guys going to put in them? What do they represent? What do they mean? And this whole
Yeah.
time we're biting our tongue like we're just making the art, man.
It just it means that
just gotta wait to see it.
we all have lives and careers
Yeah.
and we're busy.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
know,
it means.
man. I know, man. We are working. We've been working so hard on this thing. We really put a ton of effort into this show because, like, it is all of our dream for this show to become
Our lives.
our jobs, and like we love it so much.
I just want to be candid, you know, because this is such a special number. It's the 33rd episode. It's the most mystical number of all. So I figured I wanted to be a little like heartfelt. But literally on the night that we recorded our first episode 0, back in May, I had a breakdown. You remember?
I totally do. And by the way, before we get into that, right before we recorded this episode, when he said the thing about because right before we recorded this episode, I was peeing again. Oh wait, I mean that was last week. Never mind.
Yeah, that was last week.
That
That wasn't
Never mind.
like 20
anyway, I was in the
minutes
bathroom and Alex came up to the door and he's like, "Dude, we hit 150,000 downloads." And I was like, "What?" And then the first thing I thought was about the first couple of episodes in your old apartment.
Yeah.
We didn't have any of this. We had these mics, and
That was it.
That was basically it.
We never thought we would be on camera.
No,
That wasn't even like we would talk about it. I'm like, I don't care to be on camera.
Yeah, that wasn't like in the plans. We were in your old apartment, in your living room. We recorded in your living room.
And now we got this
Sweet.
badass studio.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just wanted to say, like, thank you to you guys for listening. The first episode we even recorded. Oh, we're doing hearts now.
Love you. I was doing it.
Okay. I'll do it too.
Thanks for joining
But,
me.
you know, like, I literally had a breakdown recording episode 0 because I'm like, dude, I don't know if I'm, like, ready for this. I don't know if I can talk about some of these things publicly, you know, because at the end of the day, the events of, like, the Cape Fear River and all the CIA stuff that I talk about, like, that actually happened to me, and it was very, you know, we get up here and we like make it silly and make it funny, but
Yeah.
that's the trick. But in reality, it's very heavy stuff. What's up?
To
Yeah.
put episode 0 into context, right? We planned to start recording at 8:00. We all got in the living room to record at 8:00. We did not press record until 12.
That's
and
right.
I don't think I was out of your apartment. I left your apartment at 2 a.m.
Yeah,
to just give context to the breakdown.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then we've been doing this 8 months now, 150,000 downloads. You guys love the show. I mean, it shows the comments.
And we love you guys.
Yeah, we love you guys, and you know, just want to say thank you.
Thank
For
you so
staying
much.
with us so long. It's just crazy. Like, I never thought getting a microphone and talking about stuff that has happened to me would resonate with people. And then you guys being here and just making it that much better, you know, so it's really awesome. So with that being said, today we're going to talk numerology.
Yeah, we thought it would be cool if we make episode 33 kind of like about the number 33
Yeah.
and everything associated with the number 33. It's funny because like this is kind of like our episode 50. Like
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
how, you know, episode 50 is like the one of the first like huge milestones that people are like, dude, we
this
did
is it
50.
for us.
This is our episode 50. Yeah, look how far we've come.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, you guys obviously aren't in here and can't see what we see, but it's, I mean, like, my studio is in my home. Like, I see it every day and come in here and hang out, and this is very surreal for us. Like, this started as a dream, and now it's, you know, next thing you know, we have 150,000 downloads.
Yeah.
And constant, you know, people DMing all the time. Love the show. You've changed my life. I can't believe what you guys have gone through. It's crazy. This is a real thing.
Yeah, and we want to take it to episode 3,300.
Yeah.
We want to do this thing. We really this is our dream.
Yeah.
This is our dream is to do this what we're doing right now.
And I just want to assure you guys, you know, those who hang with us that this isn't just like a podcast. As Nick eventually makes the move to Wilmington, God willing, and we kind of phase this into our career, we have plans to really grow the project, because from the start, from before we've even launched, I've been very open that this is a meta documentary project.
Yeah.
This is not just a podcast, but right now this is we're doing what we can do at the pace that we can do it, and trying to do it the best we can do it. And we're always trying to improve. And we get a lot of great feedback on that.
We're just limited by time and distance, and we all have stressful jobs and stuff. But as the podcast grows, it'll get easier, and we'll when we live closer together, that will be another milestone that makes it easier. And we got big plans for this whole project, not just the podcast. So thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Now, numerology. What is numerology?
Who what was it? Plato did he kind of start
Pythagoras.
Sorry, I meant Pythagoras.
Yeah.
He kind of started the concept of numerology.
In Western culture, like on a mainstream level.
Gotcha.
I say mainstream. I guess numerology is kind of like New Age mainstream now. But it's a very ancient concept from all the way back to Egypt. And again, I want to remind our sweet, beautiful, wonderful listeners who I treat with tough love. Remember that episode? You're like,
you're sweet. I love you so much.
What was it? What was that one episode we just did? And I was like, I just want to make them understand. You're like, you're being so tough on them. I was like, it's tough love, bro. People really like that. But
you just want to remind them of what?
I don't even remember anymore.
Dude, wow. That's so on brand for our episode 33.
Oh, I remember.
Numerology.
I remember. I want to remind our listeners that the Freemason symbol are tools to draw geometry. What does that have to do with numerology? Well, there's obviously math and numbers encoded into the shapes. And when you kind of zoom out and take a step back, you realize number is expressed in everything. Dude, even like binary code, it's in coding in general, it's all numbers and language.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Numerology is the idea that the universe is a system. And once broken down, we are left with the basic elements, which are numbers.
Yeah, I've always
I don't know why I put that voice on it.
Numbers.
I've
always heard everything in the universe can be explained through math.
Yeah.
Everything in the universe can be explained mathematically.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have heard that, but I've always heard that. So numerology kind of seeks to explain that.
Egypt and Babylon are where the earliest written records of numerology are said to be. Other evidence shows that numerology was used thousands of years ago in Rome, China, Greece, and Japan. Modern-day numerology is credited to Pythagoras, who believed that everything, even God himself, could be expressed as a number. Now, here's the thing. So Plato, arguably the most famous philosopher of all time, he had this concept called the theory of forms, right?
Okay.
So it's the idea that there's, a spiritual reality from which all of this reality comes from. He didn't create that idea. I mean, that's just an ancient concept that's true and it's stood the test of time. But specifically what Plato said is that, the theory of forms, just to reiterate, Google it. Everything that you see in this reality and even the things you don't see have a true representation in the invisible eternal realm. For example, concepts like love, truth, hate, fear, everything, every even concept. I mean, there's an unlimited number of concepts. It's a waste of time to even name them all. And it's the idea that they have an actual representation in another plane that we can't see. And I think, if you just use intuitive reasoning, numbers are no different. There's a source somewhere numbers themselves even come from. The mind that's creating everything is using numbers. It's mathematical patterns. That's reflected in the Fibonacci sequence.
My God, that's so over my head.
Everything has a mathematical code behind it. That again, you should read the Da Vinci Code because that's a major part of the book. It doesn't go into the math. 5 + 5 is 10. It's not like that.
This book right here, The Light of the Jedi, I'm almost done with. So I think when I'm done with that, I want to read the Da Vinci Code.
It's super good. And
a lot of numerology stuff.
But the thing about it that makes it so sexy is it like talks about these things, but it doesn't like nerd about them. It makes it cool. It's a thrilling like action story, and it'll like mention them, and it's really up to you to go like research that and figure out what it means.
So it kind of hides it.
Yes.
Like, okay.
Like it says the word, I'm pretty sure it says the word Fibonacci, and like he has to use these concepts to like solve his mysteries, and there's like a cult. Like it's literally he's like tracking down secret societies.
Fibonacci is the spiral thing?
Yes.
It's the Fibonacci sequence.
Yes.
Isn't there a number associated with that, Alex?
1.618.
1.618?
Which is represented by the Greek symbol phi.
Phi. Yeah,
Yes.
that's a letter. It's a Greek letter.
They are like equivalent, but one is a ratio and one is a numerical pattern. They're the same thing. They're derived from each other. And then you look at like ancient architecture, particularly in Greece. You know, they were master mathematicians.
Oh, yeah. And master architects for sure.
They used that.
Dude,
It's in their art.
Dude, the like the OG like amphitheaters.
Yes.
With the, am I saying that right? I think I'm talking about.
There's a bug by my face.
Is the dude? Oh my god!
Like
it's
a gnat.
It's a sign.
It's a sign.
It's an orb. is the amphitheater? Is that the one where they would put plays on and stuff, or am I thinking of something else?
I'm not sure.
What I'm thinking of is they like architecturally designed where they used to do plays and stuff, so that even if they were speaking at like a normal volume, the people in the furthest seats could hear them as if they're right in front of them.
Wow.
The way that they designed the stone was at the perfect angle, like the exact mathematical degree to where talking at a normal voice, the sound would be like swooped all the way up.
Wow.
It is insane. I had a coworker at my last job, and she's part Greek like me. And she is like obsessed with Greece, and she went there multiple times, and she said her husband stood at the top and she stood at the bottom, and she would say something like quietly, like she would say something to see if he could hear it, and he could hear her crystal clear.
Did you just go there?
I didn't mean to.
Yeah,
but it happened.
You just went there. We might have to talk about that later.
All right, yeah. Let's.
I think it's the Roman Colosseum, or there's a Roman thing too. That it's the acoustics are so good in it all around that you can hear a pin drop from the other side.
That must be kind of the same thing.
It might be.
So this is what we're talking about. They were so mathematically exact that they could craft architecture based off of math to do things like that.
Dude.
Or you know about the Aztec pyramid where you clap in front of it?
Yeah, it sounds like snakes.
Yeah.
No, it sounds like a bird.
It's the bird of the region. I think it's it became the national bird, if I'm correct. But you clap and it sounds like the bird.
Have you seen that? Like the videos? Dude,
we talked about this on an episode.
There's videos of it online where like if you stand in the right position in front of one of these Aztec like pyramids or temples or whatever and clap, it's literally like coo coo. It literally sounds. It is wild.
You guys know about the 7 wonders of the world?
Yeah.
You know Chichen Itza, I think it's a Mayan temple in Mexico. Do you know about that? Why it's one of the wonders of the world?
No.
It's like one day a year. I think it's the summer solstice. I'm not 100% on that. One day a year. The way that the the sun rises and sets because of the astronomical, precession, it creates a complex shadow pattern that looks like snakes crawling down the temple. It's literally one of the wonders of the world.
You gotta pull that up. I want to see that.
Because of that, it's one of the wonders of the world.
What?
Yeah, Chichen Itza.
I want to see that,
dude. You know, in Epcot in Mexico, there's like a temple, and you go in and it's the Caballeros Ride. That's Chichen Itza. That's what that temple is.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Crazy.
I want to go to Disney again. I haven't been in 5 years or so.
Wow.
I've only been a few times.
Yeah.
That's so wild, dude.
So, I mean, like, it's pretty obvious that numbers are, so important.
I know, dude. You do math in school and you're like,
this sucks. Math is the worst.
Why would I ever need to know this?
I hated math.
And then it was my worst subject. I failed, I always failed math. I was a terrible student.
I was a good student until college. Okay. This is an obvious one. What's the highest degree in Freemasonry?
33.
33.
Yeah.
I'm going to go some places that you might not have expected to go, like certain references that I was like, Damn.
Those are my favorite places
I didn't
to go.
know that was a thing. But 33 in particular is a number that holds extreme esoteric significance. It's known as the master teacher. What it means esoterically, according to the things that I've studied, is it represents being in perfect harmony with your mind, body, and spirit. It's somebody who's achieved, well, like if you resonate with the number 33, it's someone who is on the path to what they call Christ consciousness.
Okay.
Now, that doesn't mean you become a Christ. All that means is you are on the path to like achieving balance between your mind, your body, your spirit. You're able to like transmute your inner subtle nature to kind of like, be enlightened, so to speak. I don't really know how to.
Okay. Is there some sort of origin to like where that was discovered? Why exactly that number is so significant? Like,
I mean, I would probably say Egypt.
Really?
It's very hard to track down. It's not like
that's what I was.
It's not like you're screaming it at the rooftops.
Yeah,
you
right.
got to really use a lot of your intuition here. It is the highest degree in Freemasonry. Let's see. Oh, so here's the thing. Most people, when they stumble upon the number 33, they think it's evil because of the Freemasons. They're like, oh,
right.
Like I remember being back in the day when I first found out about Freemasonry because I was, researching it from the fraternity I was in. I was like, the number's evil. It's evil. It's not.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, 33. It's evil. Yeah, it's like, the mark of the beast type thing. It's not. Numbers are not evil.
Right.
33 is the most mystical number of all. It's the most sacred. Think about this. In the book of John, what age did Jesus die at?
33.
33. He became the Christ at 33.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
I think that's in like some versions of the Bible. He died at 33.
In the book of John only.
Gotcha.
Which was written by the Neoplatonists.
Which I learned just a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
I didn't know that before, but
so
that is so wild.
The Masons they believe that the number genuinely has power, like a vibrational energy behind it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to understand, like, when you get into numerology, this is what's up?
The 33rd time that Noah's name is used.
I'm about to say
scripture.
that. Okay, go ahead. I have this. He's like, I'm about to say that. Don't take my line.
Say the line. Say the line, Bledsoe.
Sorry, Bledsoe.
Hey. You see that?
Hey, you see that? Anytime Alex steps out of line, you got to do that. Hey. Okay? Hey. He's crying.
He's crying now. George Washington was a 33rd degree Freemason. Matter of fact, there were 14 presidents who were 33rd degree Freemasons.
I was going to say, a lot of the presidents, and also, like, weren't most of the founding fathers, like, involved in the Templar Knights?
Rosicrucians, Templar, Freemasons. Okay. Yep. And many of them were deist. Most of them were not Christian. Everyone's like, this country is a God-fearing country founded on Christianity. No, it ain't.
Yeah.
It was founded on, like, Freemasonry, Rosicrucian, deism.
Yeah.
Only some of them were Christian.
Like, the original designs of our currency are littered with, like...
Oh, that's a good thing to get into.
Occult symbolism.
The dollar bill. Pull up the dollar bill, Alex. I can do it off the top of my head. Just pull up the dollar bill.
There's so
I think we talked about this before. Which one are you talking about? Like which?
The $1
The $1
bill.
No, I know. Which symbol are you talking about?
The seal. I'll just list it off the top of my head. So you have the pyramid, and above the pyramid is the eye, which represents either the eye of Ra, depending on who you ask, the eye of Ra, the eye of Horus. Some people, like especially fundamental Christian conspiracy theorists, will be like, and again, I'm not knocking conspiracy theorists. Like I believe in a lot of conspiracies.
Sure,
I'm just
right.
saying, like fundamental Christian conspiracy people are like, it's the eye of Lucifer.
Yeah.
No, it's actually believed to be the all-seeing eye representing the star Sirius. It's that spiritual consciousness.
Look this up, Alex. I'd like to know when the pyramid with the eye was added to the dollar. I'd like to know around.
Yeah, I've looked that up before. But you should be able to count the rows of the pyramid. There should be 13 rows, right? And then
that makes sense.
You read did the light just come on? I think it was messed up. I think I just saw it flicker.
13 rows.
13 rows. Okay, it's going to go
damn.
even crazier. And I know this isn't the number 33, but this is just numerology.
Numerology.
The importance of numbers in the occult and
Yeah.
how they really mean something. If you read the Latin on the bottom, it should say Novus Ordo Seclorum, which
it
means
was like E pluribus unum.
no, that's the motto. That's on the other side of the dollar bill, which well, I was going to get there too. But the Novus Ordo Seclorum, and then it says Annuit Coeptus or Annuit Soeptus above the pyramid. The Annuit, I don't know how to pronounce it, but the Annuit Coeptus means our Lord is pleased with the undertaking. And then under the Latin Novus Ordo Seclorum means a new age of order, or like a new world order, basically. But it's got a specific translation. If you take, I think it's a 6-pointed star, and you map it out to the letters, it actually spells Mason. Yeah, for real. Look it up.
No way.
Yeah, it spells Mason. And then you go to the other side with the eagle. You ready for this one?
I knew about some of these, but I didn't know about that.
This one's about to rock your shit, dude.
Rock
Okay.
my shit.
You ready? Okay, the eagle.
Yeah.
First of all, what? What's up?
I just looked at it.
It's Mason.
You draw the first triangle around the pyramid. That's the upside, and then you draw the downward triangle
It's Mason.
where it is, and literally at every point is MASON.
Could you put these pictures in post?
You got it, dude.
Oh,
I didn't expect that.
my-
You got it, dude. I like
you
that.
got it, dude. This
I
is
like
Full
that.
House.
You know what, man? You don't have to wash my car tomorrow.
You really
My
mean it? No
God.
fooling?
I really mean it.
Dude, we haven't made
He started this.
we haven't made that joke since like episode 5, probably.
No,
Remember,
the
we first
first
started with 2
episode-
microphones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
three.
Did we start with 3?
No, the first episode we started with 3. The first episode I came on, the whole joke was I washed your car
For the microphone, yeah.
for the microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
And now I'm just stuck in this vicious cycle of saving these pictures to my desktop to put them in the episodes
You
later.
like it.
I love
Who's
it.
your idea?
I love it.
You like it.
All right, you ready to get your shit
It
rocked?
fills
Rock
my
my shit.
life.
All right, the eagle, right? You'll notice his head is pointing, I believe. Tell me which direction. Is it pointing to the right?
I feel like it's pointing to his right,
Yeah, I think
our
so.
left.
I'm pretty sure.
I think that makes sense.
Either way, Masonic symbol. It's got a crown. It's a double-headed phoenix with the head pointing both ways in the same pose. And it's got the number 33 above it with a crown on its head. That's a Masonic symbol.
If you're looking at the dollar bill, it is facing the left if you're looking at
So
it.
it's on
left.
right. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
it's right.
That's actually a subtle reference to the Masonic double-headed phoenix, and that symbol typically has above it, there should be like a triangle with the number 33. It might have like, I could be getting this wrong, like lightning bolts in its talons.
No, it has a olive branch and
No, specifically the Masonic phoenix.
Oh.
The
Not
Masonic
the dollar,
phoenix.
but the Masonic version.
Just Google
Yeah.
Masonic double-headed phoenix. It'll have the number 33, a crown, and I want to say it has lightning bolts.
So then the eagle is like in the
It's
same
that-
position?
Yes, but it has one head, and it's an
Right.
eagle.
It's an eagle,
the
yeah.
bird, but it's a reference to the Masonic phoenix,
Wow.
which is the Egyptian symbol of Osiris.
Oh my God.
So it's clutching a sword that has a banner hanging from the sword.
Okay. Now, if you watch Eyes Wide Shut, bro, you remember when they're doing the ritual, when they're singing the Latin Mass backwards?
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Do you remember it's a circle of people in black robes,
Uh-huh.
and there's a priest in the middle in red robes?
Yep.
Go look at it. His chair literally has the Masonic double-headed phoenix with a crown.
Oh
and
my
there's
God.
a piano player in the background.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
is.
it's not really important.
Not at all.
Wow, cool. Great, Alex. Sweet.
It's
I mean, a good
the whole
observation.
movie, bro.
Yeah.
It's the whole.
Alex is like, the piano player's 33 years old.
Oh my God.
It actually makes sense.
All right, you
Yeah.
still ready to get your shit rocked?
Yes.
So the eagle, 13 tail feathers, 13 arrows in one talon, an olive branch with 13 leaves in one talon. Above his head, there are 13 5-pointed stars that make a 6-pointed star. And then it has the motto under it on a banner, E pluribus unum, which means out of many one. And that's from the Masonic motto, out of chaos, order.
Dude.
So there's obviously a significance behind numbers,
Oh, totally.
but 33 for some reason is the most mystical number of all. It's very hard to pin down. Like,
That's what I was wondering. Like, where did that come from?
if firsthand source information, there's not really a lot of firsthand source about the number 33 that I've come across. A lot of it is like contextual. So now we're gonna get into the cool references, particularly in the Bible that kind of rocked my mind.
Yo,
So what's
can
up?
I drop some crazy stuff that I saw
Please.
regarding money?
Please.
Yeah.
The 2022 quarter.
The 2022 quarter.
Because the quarter has Washington on it, right?
yeah.
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 They changed the way he's looking.
What?
So
Oh, I
on
saw
the
that.
quarter,
He got a crick in
Every
his
other
neck, man.
quarter, he's looking. If you're looking at the quarter, he's looking to the right.
It's like side profile.
On the new 2022 quarter, he's now looking to the left. Why?
I don't know. Yeah, that's a little weird.
Why?
Yeah.
That's what I'm like.
That's
Why
really
would you
weird.
go out of your way to change that? Like, what does that mean?
We're all freaking out. They changed the shape.
He's looking to the left.
Oh, what do we do? Yeah.
The timeline is shifted.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
We're the dark time.
that is weird though. Like,
No, I mean,
why
yeah.
would they do that? So obviously Jesus was crucified at 33. All right, you ready for this one? You have 33 vertebrae in your spine. 33.
Really?
Yeah,
Exactly?
33 vertebrae.
That's peculiar.
So your energy, your chakra energy, climbs the 33 vertebrae up to your crown chakra,
Whoa.
which is also known as climbing Jacob's ladder to the heavenly realm or the spirit realm. You ready?
You're rocking my shit.
The
You're rocking my shit.
Listen. The 33rd time Jacob's name is used in the Bible is when he has the vision of Jacob's ladder. He had 33 children. 33 children. He had 33 children.
Nice.
That's a lot of kids.
Nice. His sacral chakra is bright.
Oh my God, right?
It is bright. That shit was radiating the whole world, dude. Come to me.
Yeah.
Dude, they had to populate.
Did he had 33 concubines?
Oh my God.
That's a lot.
Did he?
You talking
I
baby
don't know.
mamas?
Yeah.
Didn't King David have like 60 wives?
My God.
Back then, they were wild, bro.
Nick Cannon's on track to have that many. You heard about what he's doing?
No.
He's having kids like left and right, dude. He's had like 8 kids in the past year
Jesus.
with like a bunch of different women.
Nice.
Dude,
Nice.
I can't even hate on that. I can't even
Good
hate on
input this episode, Alex. Nice.
And then what he was going to say, the 33rd time Noah's name is used when God makes the promise in the Bible with a rainbow, 7 chakras.
7 chakras.
Now-
Whoa.
People are going to say, Ryan, why are you talking about the Bible? Well, you have to understand, even though I regularly try to dismantle like mainstream religions, there's a lot of things encoded into the Bible, numerology.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
That's how some of the solfeggio frequencies were found, was from decoding the Bible.
Yeah, and they follow their own strange numerological patterns. Like
Right.
it's
The
weird
Old
stuff.
Testament was written in Aramaic.
They all
or
add up to
Hebrew.
the number 9. All the solfeggio frequencies. If
Right,
you
right.
break them down numerologically, they add up to the number 9.
And that was found, I think it was either in one of the Psalms or in like the book of Numbers. The solfeggio tones, like decoding one of those scriptures, they found those frequencies patterns. But yeah, like you get into the mystical elements of particularly like the books of Genesis, the book of Numbers. I can't remember what other ones off the top of my head. Like for example, I think the word God is used, like Elohim is the original Hebrew Aramaic word for God. And it's used like 7 times a specific, a very precise number of mentions for each word.
yeah.
But right now we're focusing on 33. The 33rd time Abraham's name is used is when Isaac is born.
Oh, damn.
We already did the Noah.
So
with
there's literally tons of 33s in the Bible.
Yeah.
The other reason, by the way, that we're referencing the Bible is because there are tons of like Hermetic and Gnostic things in the Bible too.
it's encoded in there.
Yeah.
The Bible
There
is
are plenty
actually,
of truths in the Bible.
Oh, lots
yeah,
of them.
it's riddled with
The Bible is actually considered like the most occult text of all time.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
Freemasons use it. The Mormons use it.
Yeah.
You know,
It is, yeah.
It has to be deciphered. You know, like for
Exactly.
example, I'll give you a hint of the deciphering. People would say in the book of Genesis, like the way I was raised and taught, Earth is 6,000 years old. And no, my mom and dad didn't teach me that. It's just what you learn in church.
Yeah.
You know, and Earth is 6,000 years old. A literal freaking snake was walking around. It was talking to people. It's Lucifer. It's Satan.
Yeah.
Satan is never even used in the Old Testament. That word doesn't come around until the New Testament.
Yeah.
And anyway, Lucifer is like crawling around. He's a little slithery little snake boy. And he goes up to Eve and he hands her a freaking apple, like Johnny Appleseed in an apple orchard. And she eats that shit. And then all of a sudden, mankind is cursed for all eternity.
Yeah.
Well, you know the real story behind that.
Yes, I do.
It's the concept that the false god is, you know, like Gnosticism, who created this reality, and the false god is the one of the Old Testament who's trying to keep us like enslaved in ignorance.
Right.
You can't have the knowledge of good and evil. And then the snake in that context would represent like truth or that rebellious enlightenment coming
Mhm.
and giving them the knowledge of good and evil, breaking free from the false god.
Yeah, like giving them, like showing them the path to inner power.
Yeah,
You
pretty
know.
much.
And it's not like we're trying to say like Lucifer is good.
Well,
That's
I
not
didn't say Lucifer.
right. Or Satan,
I didn't
Satan.
say
Or what,
that.
I know, but Satan appears as the snake. It's not like that. But it's allegorical.
But even in the book of Genesis, it just says that old serpent. Like it never says Lucifer or
Right,
Satan.
yeah.
And they've just run with that. They've run with that.
and another thing we've talked about before here is like if you look at the Old Testament God and the New Testament God, they are so extremely different.
They're not homies. They're actually not. They're not even.
not
They're not
homies.
even the same entity.
Right.
They're not even the same being.
That's what we're kind of getting.
But so damn, that kind of threw me off. They're not homies.
at. Yeah, I know. You threw yourself off.
I did. I threw
They're-
myself off all the time.
They are not homies.
Yeah. But I was gonna say snakes are not inherently an evil symbol. It's
Right.
actually a very sacred symbol.
Mhm.
Hermes Trismegistus.
The staff.
Yeah. He has a staff with snakes on it. Moses, even in one of the books, I can't remember, he has a brass staff with a serpent crawling up it.
Mhm.
What do they say in like Tibetan yoga, Hindu yoga, certain esoteric paths of yoga? Kundalini. They say that your chakra energy climbing from your root all the way to your crown is like a coiled serpent down at your root. And over your lifetime, you're trying to get that energy, whatever. I don't know why I quoted energy. It is energy.
Mhm.
That you're trying to get that energy to climb up your spine, your 33 vertebrae, like a serpent.
Which we talk about the spiral of consciousness
Yeah.
upwards all the time. We just talked about it in the Wizard of Oz episode. Like
Yeah.
your conscious spirals upward into enlightenment.
Mhm.
And so that's just another parallel.
Even
of that.
the dark occultists represent this. They have the Baphomet with literal serpents twirling around his spine, which is represented as a brass pole.
Oh,
Like
wow.
Moses had the brass staff, or
Yeah.
Hermes has the staff with the serpent spinning around it. That's what it means.
Yeah.
It's your chakra energy climbing up your 33 vertebrae.
Yeah.
That's the belief that the energy rises up the energy channels in your spine.
I never made that connection with the coiled serpent is also like the spiral upwards of consciousness. I never
Yeah.
made that connection.
Yeah, Kundalini energy. It's
There's so many parallels in all of these esoteric, all this symbolism, all this occult symbol. There's so many parallels.
there is genuinely something to it.
Oh, there has
genuinely
to be.
so-
There
Dude,
has to
Oh,
be.
you know what? I'm gonna be very careful about this one. I was having a conversation with a senior member of Kepler Aerospace,
Uh-huh.
which is like Canada's form of NASA.
Mhm.
And he sent me a document which I presume was classified. He I'm not going into any details, but he sent it to me because my dad's name was in it. Yeah, there was someone had to write a report about somebody who worked at a place called Groom Lake. Do you know what that is?
No.
That's the real name for Area 51.
Groom Lake?
Yeah, it's Groom Lake. That's like people in the know. They don't call it Area 51. It's Groom Lake.
I've never heard
Yeah,
that.
I'm pretty sure,
not in the know.
I'm pretty sure it's called Groom Lake.
I'm not
I
in the
can look it
know.
up. Anyway, there was this document written by this aerospace dude about an incident that happened with somebody who was like a spy, and he was leaking technology to like Russia or some shit that he had found at Groom Lake. And the reason my dad is in the document because they could trace people that this guy knew, and his contacts were in the periphery of like my dad and his experiences in the intelligence world.
What?
Yeah. Like obviously nobody ever questioned my dad or anything. Like they never indicated that he was involved with this.
Right,
My
yeah.
dad never met the guy.
Right.
But they were like, even like Tom DeLonge is mentioned in it. Who knows this guy? Who knows this guy? Who hangs out with Chris Bledsoe? This was a real document.
Whoa.
And the reason I'm bringing up that document, not only because my dad's name was in it, but because at the very bottom, it talks about the 33 investors, which is what this aerospace guy was telling me is it's the richest conglomerate of like Freemasons in the world. Supposedly, it's like the top of the pyramid Freemasons who handle like the umbrella finances that trickle up from all of the Masonic lodges.
Oh,
So that's like the
wow.
Capstone of like the Masonic finance group. They're called the 33 investors, and they are actually directly and intimately involved with the intelligence agencies of America trying to like research UFOs and consciousness and shit. Freemasons.
Dude, my jaw is like on the floor right now.
I mean, I grew up with the CIA, bro. Like,
Holy shit.
You know what I think validates this a little bit? I just Googled 33 investors.
They're real.
No, I mean, I can't find anything about a group.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that validates it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can't find it. Must be real.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not like I'm seeing a bunch of, irrelevant stuff. So.
Yeah, I'm certain that something so deeply Masonic, you wouldn't just be able to Google it and find it.
Yeah. So
they keep it secret for a reason.
So then
Yeah.
another dude, it's funny. Like this is episode 33, and like we're going down these rabbit holes. I'm cool with it. But so there's this guy named Timothy Taylor. For the uninitiated who do not know who he is, there's a book called American Cosmic, written by
Diane Pasulka.
someone named Diana Walsh Pasulka, and she has a character in her book named Tyler. She calls him Tyler Durden. It's just a fake name in reference to the character from Fight Club.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
What she's getting at is they're the UFO Fight Club. They're like the most secret UFO group in the world. They're like the good guys. They're hiding the secrets. Whatever. I don't believe good guys.
Whatever.
I don't think. I think good guys give secrets, like we're doing. But I'm not saying they're bad guys. I'm just saying,
right? Maybe
give some more secrets.
Yeah, share.
Anyway,
share a little.
One thing that this man, Timothy Taylor, told my dad. It's so ridiculous now that I think about it. He tried to get my dad into Kundalini Yoga.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. That's so.
He tried to get him to get into yoga to increase his psychic abilities.
Yeah.
And he said the word Kundalini.
Yeah.
Do you think we'd ever heard of that? We're like, what the fuck is that, dude? Kundalini, that's some satanic shit, dude.
Yeah.
And I look it up, and it's actually not. It's the concept of energy rising your spine.
That's right. I think we talked about this before, and you mentioned that like your pastor at church like told you like yoga was evil
and martial arts.
Yeah.
Don't get into a trance because them demons will come in. You know how many times I did the forms, like the wooden dummy, the first and second form?
Yeah,
probably 1,000.
And how many times were you possessed by demons, Ryan?
I don't know.
Be honest.
0.
0. Tell the people.
Definitely 0.
Yeah.
But
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so he tried to get my dad into Kundalini Yoga. And it's just crazy when you unravel the connection that, A, yoga is pretty badass, but B, these high-level people of the Department of Defense, they show up to this guy who's like literally one of the most psychic people on the planet, my dad. He's so profoundly mind-blowingly psychic that he's seen the beings more than anyone alive. He's
not only that, but I've seen him be like, we need to go outside. They're outside, and like, and then we'll go outside, and there they are.
Yeah, he's. I mean,
we'll be inside, and he just gets a feeling, and he's like, they're outside. We're gonna go see him right now.
I mean, we've had DARPA come.
Yeah.
Even recently, like really recently, we've had CIA, Air Force intelligence, NASA, Army intelligence, Naval intelligence, NSA, Homeland Security, FBI, like they've all come just to like meet dad and like figure him out and kind of pick him apart. And anyway, it's just crazy to me that these people are coming and they're trying to like get us on all this psychic shit. I feel like I've been trained in being a psychic by hanging out with, literally the people that the Men Who Stare at Goats is about.
Yeah.
Growing up around these people. And it just really rings funny to me that one of the things that they recommended was that he do Kundalini Yoga. And then you break it down and it's the 33 vertebrae in the spine, the energy's coiling up the spine.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I've always heard that there's a lot of mystical stuff to yoga, but also I was watching one of the guys from Queer Eye, I forget his name, Jonathan Van Ness. He has a new show on Netflix, and in the first episode he says something about he loves yoga because he loves all the sacred geometry in it.
Wow.
I didn't even know that there was sacred geometry associated with yoga.
I didn't either.
Honestly, yoga is a subject I have not like really dove deep on. I haven't like researched a ton about yoga.
Here's the cool thing about yoga. So
we should do a deep dive and do an episode.
We should. I think I'm picking up your vibrations, man.
Yeah.
I'm picking them up.
Psychic. We're psychic, dude.
But so like the thing that's so profound about yoga. You're not allowed to laugh, Alex.
Alex is face palming in the corner right now. Like, what have I gotten myself into, dude? Look at him. What is this show? It's like, oh,
I feel your psychic vibrations.
Okay, Back on track.
Anyway,
Yoga.
episode 33, baby.
Yeah, we're having a blast.
So
here.
the thing that's so profound about yoga, you like how I just snapped right back into that?
Yeah, I'm proud of us for getting this far.
Yeah, 33 episodes, dude.
It's epic. Anyway.
The profound thing about yoga, dude. So I'm sliding back in. I'm making a segue.
Back in.
The profound thing is back in the day, dude. It wasn't just stretches. It was a spiritual way of achieving nirvana. There were 4 paths. It's like the bhakti yoga, I can't remember all 4 names. the blah blah blah, the blah blah blah. There's 4 paths.
This is why
dude.
we have to research it and do an episode.
I wasn't doing the yoga episode.
I know, exactly.
There's 4 paths, and one of them is yoga, which is not stretches at all. It's a spiritual way of life to reaching enlightenment. One of those paths was like being an ascetic outcast of society. The yoga, I gotta find those names. It's gonna freaking drive me crazy. And anyway, so yoga was a very spiritual thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays it stretches, and you get down, you get into downward dog, and all the dudes are showing up, and they're looking at all the chicks, and they're like, "Yoga's awesome, man."
Or as Alex calls it, down dog.
I thought he said down doggy.
No, it's what it is. It's
No, it was down dog.
It's down dog.
It was
Okay.
down dog.
Okay, down
down
dog.
dog.
Down dog.
Down doggy was what you came up with.
Yeah, I know. Anyway.
My God.
Jesus Christ.
Isn't there something with the poses like an archetypal energy? Like
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have trauma stored in the body.
Mm-hmm.
And certain yoga poses help release that release that energy.
I recently told you that my dad's therapist told him that.
Yeah, trauma stored in the body.
Trauma is stored in the body. My dad is currently.
That's it.
Shout out, Dad. Love you, Dad. You're the best.
Love you, Dad.
Oh, here. Yeah. Check this. Alex wants you to read this. Alex pulled up the yoga.
The path of knowledge.
Wait, real quick.
Scroll
Okay.
through that. I can't read them.
My
I'll let
dad,
you read 'em.
he struggles with a lot of body pain. He's had like arthritis. He has fibromyalgia, and his doctors and his therapists are telling him now that it's a result of
My mom has fibromyalgia too. Shout out, Mom.
yeah. Shout out, Mom. But they're telling him now that he has a lot of like emotional trauma that is stored in his body, and actually like one of the things that they recommended is yoga.
Yeah, dude, it's profound. Like it's really amazing.
It is shocking because
I love it.
when you hear about it, it's like, oh, just stretching and doing poses, but it's like really channeling archetypal energy
Through the spine.
and releasing.
And the way I understand it is like
Crazy.
this. Like you're how can I say this? The way that you carry yourself, your posture,
You okay?
is a reflection of your inner nature. So take, for example, someone with a very, very confident posture.
Mhm.
They're probably a pretty balanced, well-rounded individual, and then somebody that doesn't have a proper posture. There's some sort of subtle psychological issues that cause, and obviously physical issues too, but they're related. I think physical issues come from psychological issues in a general sense. And someone who doesn't necessarily have a very confident posture has something to do with subtle psychological fears or insecurities causing them to not like carry themselves a certain way. But
Wow.
when you train the body to be in proper postures and stretch in ways that like release tension and trauma from your body.
It has the inverse
It
effect.
has the inverse effect. Yeah, and it
Wow.
opens your energy channels. Your body and your mind are truly connected. But in the West, especially in modern society, we have completely forgotten or just entirely lost the true understanding of like how we're spiritual beings. We just go to church and we're freaking shouted at by a preacher on Sunday, and then we go party the rest of the week.
Yeah.
You're kind of opening up the door to the whole body language thing. I love body language.
Yeah.
Really?
And just watching somebody talk, not necessarily to you, but what they do, the self-soothing techniques and the way that they sit or stand or speak. I mean, you can learn a lot without them actually saying anything.
This is what I learned in
Totally.
psychology. You walk into a room, right? 97% of people's impression of you walk into a room and say, hi. 97% of the information that people gain is from your body language. Or it's like 93%.
I could totally.
7% is what you actually verbally said. The way you like present yourself. And I'm not saying you got to look like hot, look like fresh. I'm just saying like how you present yourself really radiates and affects people on a subtle unconscious level, you know?
Yeah, if you picture a person walking into a room right now, like you could either picture them walking in very like shy and insecure, or walking in very confident and like, you know, the posture is like all, you know, for some reason when I think about that, like boastful, confident, I think of Jeremy.
Oh, Jeremy? Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he has very confident. He has a confident presence.
But he's pretty big.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of one of my favorite sports coaches, my lacrosse coach from middle school. He so like before the game, both teams go out and they stay on their side of the field and you warm up. And my coach, we would just drill and drill and drill on that, because he told us that the game is won before the game even starts. And the way that you do your drills and the way that you run out there as a team and the way that you look, that's what wins the game.
Gets in the other team's head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, this is just metal, man. I'm looking at his tabs right now because he handed me his computer. Is Walt Disney's body really frozen? Disney Cruise, Little St. James Island, Shadow of the Snake God, Dollar Bill at DuckDuckGo, Masonic double-headed phoenix. These tabs are wild, bro.
Can I just say, Shadow of the Snake God would be a sick metal band
Oh
name.
yeah, it would, or a song, or something.
I found the picture. It's the winter solstice at Chichen Itza.
It's a winter solstice.
It's at the bottom of the pyramid, at the base of the staircase. There are two snake heads.
Yeah, that
and
go up the staircase.
When the sun sets on the solstice, the light creates the body of the snake that travels from the top of the pyramid.
I want to see it.
That's the heads of the snake.
I'll drop it in the episode. For everybody else.
Cool.
Okay, so anyway, the four paths. This is what I was trying to reference, and it slipped my mind. It's I do not know how to say this.
You can do
it's
it.
Jnana. The Jnana.
Janana.
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 The Janana. The Jnana Yoga. This is
just
ASMR.
ignorant white guys.
This is ASMR.
Yeah.
The Bhakti Yoga, the path of prayer. The Jnana Yoga is the path of knowledge. Let me find it. The Karma Yoga, the path of right action. And then you have the fourth and final one, which is the Raja Yoga, the royal path. So what I was getting at was not to go into like super detail about those, but in ancient times, yoga was considered the four pathways to reach the divine. It was not stretches. Like yoga was a way of life.
Were stretches never involved?
No, it was, but
Okay.
that's not what yoga was.
Right. Okay.
The stretches were parts of, the paths of enlightenment.
It's a piece
Nowadays, yoga just means like you're doing the
you
stretches.
go to a place and stretch.
It's not that. It's more than that. It's a spiritual vehicle to reach higher states of consciousness.
That's epic.
But now it's just like a trendy, like hipsters, like, yeah, man, I'm going to yoga in my yoga pants.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not hating.
I will say I've done yoga like once, and it was hot yoga, and it was the yogi instructor was like, or yoga instructor, whatever, was like, it was a very spiritual.
Yeah.
So he did it like amazingly. It wasn't just like, now you do this stretch. He was like telling us like what the stretches symbolize spiritually and how it helps your energy align and stuff while we were doing it. It was awesome.
Y'all gonna think I'm crazy, dude. But since November, I don't normally do it on weekends, but since November, every like Monday through Friday, like on a work day, I'm getting up, I'm going. I have been ending my showers with cold showers. Like 30 seconds to a minute. Nothing extreme.
Yeah.
But I learned that from Wim Hof, and I've been adding that every day, And lately, in the past like 3 weeks, what I've been doing is the breath of fire.
Yeah.
I've been doing that. And then, like, I'll literally, because it's just convenient. You're already in the shower for like so many minutes or whatever. I literally just sit down. I do the breath of fire, wash off, cold water. And I'm actually finding after I do the breath of fire, the water's not even really that cold anymore.
I've done the breath of fire one time. I think I was just doing it because I just wanted to try it. I was sweating. My whole body was like hot. It's wild. It's just a breathing pattern where you visualize a ball of fire growing bigger and with every breath, like filling your body. It is so wild how it works.
Yeah.
I was literally like, my whole body was like, I felt like I was having hot flashes.
Yeah.
I was sweating.
And like a lot of times when I stand up afterwards, I feel kind of like lightheaded. It's like, damn, dude. But, and it's not harmful by any means. That happens initially in the beginning. But yeah, sometimes I get pretty lightheaded. But anyway, check this out. According to the Buddhist tradition, Siddhartha Gautama, or Gautama, however you want to, that's Buddha's he was a real person.
Right, yeah.
You know? And according to his tradition, there are 33 gods in the... I'm going to mess this up. There are 33 gods in the... I don't have my glasses on either. Double trouble.
You want me to look at it?
No, I got it.
Okay.
Just let me get real close. The Triastrimsha heaven from where the Buddha descended. So
I definitely wouldn't have got that either.
Triastrimsha.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
We'll run with it.
Yeah.
According to the Buddhist tradition, he ascended to the Triastrimsha heaven where there are 33 gods, and then he descended, and he was like a fully realized Buddha. Because Buddha is a title, right? Like a Christ.
It's like a Buddha. You become a Buddha.
But supposedly, like Siddhartha was the first Buddha. Christ consciousness, same concept. You're becoming a Buddha.
Right.
You're trying to like sacrifice your inner nature to... Like you're trying to like make personal sacrifices and give up vices and struggles.
Yeah, it's
and
a path to enlightenment.
Path to enlightenment, yeah. And anyway, so he descended from the Triastrimsha heaven. I do not want to say this word again. The Triastrimsha heaven represents the human mind and body. Its walls are adorned with 7 crystals, the 7 energy centers or chakras. At the center is Lord Chakra living in pure bliss. The chakra with an SH. It's not chakra.
Lord Chakra living in pure bliss.
Yeah, and then if he was related to Hindu culture, he would be like Shiva or Indra, which is like the supreme Lord.
That's so cool.
So like...
That's so cool.
That's crazy that even in Buddhism, dude,
there's 33.
He ascends to the heavenly spirit world. There's 33 gods, comes down, and the walls and gates of heaven itself are aligned with the 7 crystals relating to the 7 chakras.
Wow, dude.
Kind of crazy.
Wild. Like those 7 crystals.
Oh, yeah. I don't think they're in frame.
I don't know if you can see
them. They're not
them,
in frame. But I posted them on Instagram, I guess at this point, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that's a great point to end.
Yeah. Love it.
Happy 33, boys.
Happy 33, boys.
Happy 33. It feels kind of like a birthday for the podcast, even though it's only been 8 months.
I know. That's what I was saying. It feels like our episode 50. It feels like our big, like, episode
Is that not
50.
insane, dude? 8 months and we got 150,000 downloads.
Oh, it blows my mind.
Like, it blows my mind.
Yeah, it just truly shows me, like, this thing can go as far as we all collectively want.
They're with us. Like,
yeah, we love you guys.
Yeah, we love you guys. All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
1, 2, 3, 33. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more, check out our other videos.
And before you go, don't forget to subscribe. See you next week.
Peace.
So weird. It's coming closer.